So this is the code for phase 2. So here is the main class that we have created, that is class Yashvaz in my case, because it's my name. So here we have just defined the color codes for different colors that we are going to use. And here is the important part which involves error handling and exception handling, where we have taken time to live out total time limit and total line limit. So if the time of execution exceeds the particular threshold that we have created here, that is 60 seconds, then we would get an error. Or else if our time exceeds this 10,000 line mark, then also in that case we are going to get an error, right? So this error is going to be handled. Later we have created the page size, number of frames and number of pages, right? So number of frames and number of pages are interdependent upon each other. The number of frames should be equal to the number of pages that we are going to create. Let's see what we have done here. So we have decided which file we have to use. Then TTC and LLC, total time counter and line limit counter, we have created here. Then we have created a page table. This is the RAM that we are going to initialize, and this is the queue that we are going to have. Let's see what we do. We're going to record start time here. We're going to define the constraints that are going to allow us to read the particular file. And then after reading that file, we are going to split it up. We'll see where the open file exists. So if we see here, in read file, we have the function. In read file, we have open file function which returns us the string, array of string which has all the strings involved in a particular file. Later what we do is we're going to keep the count of number of jobs that we are going to have. Now let's break the text file that we have into separate jobs, right? And we know that how the jobs are going to be detected. Now we are going to use here the regular expression, and just remember that we have also configured how the opcode error and operation error is going to be calculated. Opcode error is very easy to calculate. We have done that there. Later, what we do is we are incrementing LLC, line limit counter, and according to this only we are constantly checking the time limit counter too. If the error occurs, we would be shown with this message by calling the particular exception. Later we can see here what we are doing is we're actually performing the various scheduling algorithms in it, where each scheduling algorithm involves loading a job into RAM and then printing the instructions of that job. Let's see where is it given. In job file, we have a job class which has a constructor which allows us to initialize various data members of job class using the parameters that we are passing here, right? After that, we have get job number, get number of lines, get priority, print instructions function, which is self-explanatory if you see. Now, after this, here you can see in print instructions, we are going to print each and every data that we have in our job, in our line actually. Later, automatically what would happen is we're going to perform FIFO operation, we're going to perform SJF operation, that is shortage of first, we're going to perform priority scheduling and all. Let's see the functions that allow us to do that. So nothing but what we have done is created a comparator which allows us to sort our particular array according to the argument that we pass, and on the basis of the job number that a particular job has, the array is getting sorted and we are returning that array, which allows us to perform first in first out operation. Similar to that, on the basis of the priority of a particular process, what we are going to do is, the basis of the number of lines of a particular process, we are going to perform shortage of first algorithm sorting. And if the number of lines are same, and in that case we are going to use priority, right? After that we have priority scheduling, where we have again done sorting, custom sorting, which uses the number of lines, the priority. First, the priority would be checked. If the priority is equal, in that case, what we are going to do is we are going to use shortage of first. So the backup for priority algorithm is shortage of first, and backup for shortage of first is the priority of particular job. Later, we are going to load our job into RAM, and for that, what we are going to do is paging. We know how the paging is done. We are going to generate a random number, and then we are going to perform an operation upon it, and by allocating it to page table we are going to add it into queue, and this is how the code looks for phase 2.